the organizational meeting of the Enfield Town Council together. It's November 8th at 6 o'clock. The first item on the agenda tonight is the presentation of colors that will be by the Enfield Police Department, followed by a prayer led by Sister Patricia Marie of the Felician Sisters, the Pledge of Allegiance led by the Enfield Police Explorers, and then the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner by Emily Vandell. If everyone could please stand and remain standing until throughout the Star-Spangled Banner.
Forward, march.
Sister. This.
Before I begin, I'd like to thank the Town Council, past and present, for their continuous support of the Felician Sisters in helping us in our ministry and in helping us in all our proposals and letting us be a strong part of the town of Enfield. Our prayers are with you. Dear Lord, as we gather this evening, we ask you to bless our town council members as they begin to lead the people of Enfield in a new time. May their discussions and decisions be those of justice, peace, and understanding concerning the issues at hand and the needs of the people they serve. Let them listen to the people of Enfield with open minds and seek the common good at all times. During these trying times, assist them in making the people of Enfield safe. Let them build the town of Enfield into a place where all look out for each other and care for the welfare of their neighbors. Let each member of the council know that their responsibility is very important so that Enfield may be a town where each person is respected and their opinions are heard, and where peace is expressed not in words but in actions. We ask this of you, Lord. Amen.
And the Enfield Police Explorers will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Emily Vandell will lead us in the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallant
You may be seated. The next order of business is a swearing-in ceremony. If everyone who has come here to be sworn in as a constable could please come forward to the front of the room, please. Up, please, thank you. If you could all please raise your right hands. Cindy Anderson, Mark Sakala Jr., Daniel Golden, Rob Kwasnicki, Patrick Thompson, and Marianne Turner, do you all solemnly swear or solemnly and sincerely affirm that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as constables for the town of Enfield to the best of your ability, so help you God, or upon penalty of perjury?
I do.
Congratulations to you. And now the newly elected town council, if you could all please stand. If you could raise your right hands, please. Gina L. Sakala, Robert A. Cressati, Matthew Despard, Douglas Finger, Nick Hopkins, Mike Ludwig, Cynthia Mangini, Marie Pisner, John Santinella, and Lori Ungeier. Do you all solemnly swear or solemnly and sincerely affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Connecticut, as well as the Charter and ordinances of the Town of Enfield, and faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as members of the Enfield Town Council to the best of your abilities, so help you God, or upon penalty of perjury?
I do.
Congratulations to you all. Our first roll call of the new town council. Joe Bosco is absent. Gina L. Sakala.
Here.
Robert A. Cressati.
Here.
Matthew Despard.
Here.
Douglas Finger.
Present.
Nick Hopkins.
Here.
Mike Ludwig.
Here.
Cynthia Mangini.
Here.
Marie Pisner.
Here.
John Santinella.
Here.
Lori Ungeier.
Here.
That's 10 members present and 1 absent. The next order of business is the appointment of the mayor. The floor is now open for nominations.
It is my privilege to nominate Bob Cressati for mayor of the town of Enfield. Educator, leader, advocate, and listener. When I think of the characteristics a mayor should possess, these come to mind. And when I think of some of the characteristics Bob possesses, these are some of them. I've had the pleasure to know Bob for many years, through politics, through youth sports, and personally. And Bob has demonstrated he is a leader no matter what situation he is in. He possesses the ability to bring people together and to motivate them. Bob is an educator, whether in the classroom, on the ball field, in politics, or in his everyday life. He is an educator. He has the ability to teach every person he comes in contact with something. Now, even though he can be a little long-winded at times, what he says is important, and he has a wealth of knowledge. He's a listener. When you talk to Bob, you feel heard. You know he's listening to you. He makes you feel like what you have to say is important, and he's going to take into consideration what you have to say. He's also an advocate. He advocates for his residents, for his family, his friends, and for what he believes is right. So with that, I'm excited and honored to nominate Bob Cressati for the position of mayor in the town of Enfield, and I cannot think of a more deserving and capable person.
So I am going to second Bob's nomination. So 25 years ago, I was a student at JFK in Red Wing, which means I had the privilege of having Bob as my math teacher. And so it's just so surreal how, life is funny like that, and it comes full circle. Who'd have thought all those years ago that I'd have the privilege here today to nominate Bob, or to second Bob's nomination for mayor. Well earned, Bob.
Robert A. Crissati has been nominated as mayor. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, do I have a motion to close nominations?
Motion.
A second?
Second.
With a show of hands, all those in favor of closing nominations, please raise your hand. Okay, that's 10 members, for, none against. Nominations are now closed. We will now conduct a roll call for mayor of the town of Enfield. Gina Sakala.
4.
Robert Crissati.
4.
Matthew Despard.
Bob Crissati.
I should be saying Counselor Finger.
4.
Counselor Hopkins.
4.
Counselor Ludwig.
4.
Counselor Mangini.
Robert Crissati.
Counselor Pisner.
Yes, 4.
Counselor Santinella.
4.
Counselor Ungary.
4.
That's 10 in favor, none against, no abstentions. Congratulations, Mayor Crissati. The chair is yours.
Thank you to everybody. I am honored to be selected as the next mayor of Enfield. I first want to congratulate all the constables that were elected. I want to congratulate all of the councilors, new town councilors, incumbent town councilors that I've had the privilege to work for. Congratulations again. At this time, I would also like to personally recognize Councilor Mike Ludwig over the past 4 years as our mayor of Enfield. I want to say thank you, Michael, and I want to continue working together for what's best for the town of Enfield. So thank you. Next, I want to thank all the voters of Enfield for coming out to vote and showing your support in this last campaign and showing your voice. It is greatly appreciated. I look forward to continuing working with the town manager, Sheila Bailey, the town clerk, James Tallberg, the town attorney, and all of your staff and all of the public municipal employees. I really look forward to getting that and to really develop more of a relationship than I've had in the past with them. I really look forward to that. Once again, with the public safety, working with Chief Fox and his staff, I can't wait. And the captains are here today. I would like to recognize you here today, Chief Fox, Captain Golden, and Captain Kakalaka. Our continued support with our fire department and our EMS staff. I think that's going to be very important that we develop that relationship and keep that relationship and moving the town forward, and I'm really looking forward to that. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight and attending this ceremony. I would like to thank Sister Marie Ingrasso from Felician Sisters, the Enfield Police Color Guard, and along with the Enfield Police Explorers. And I know Emily Vandell, you did a fantastic job with the Star Spangled Banner. You will be back later on in today's meeting to sing America the Beautiful. I want to also recognize a few people that are out there. Some of my former council members that I worked with. State Representative Tom Arnone and Edward Denny. You guys have been instrumental, very instrumental in my career.
Yeah, Liz.
I haven't finished. My fellow councilman, Liz Davis, who actually recruited me to be on this Democratic Town Committee, and I appreciate that. Thank you for your support. Also, Senator John Kissel, thank you for attending today, along with State Rep Carol Hall, which I think is back there. Thank you very much. I look forward to working with the state representatives and Senator Kissel, continue that relationship also. So thank you for coming out tonight. Also, I'd like to recognize former Mayor Scott Copen in attendance tonight also. So, next, I want to thank my family and friends for their support when I first started getting involved with town politics. Without their support, I wouldn't be where I am here today. So I have to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for my relatives that are out in the audience today. Thank you very much. Also, a big thanks to... Also, a big thank you has to go out to my family, the heart and soul of my family, my wife, Marilyn. You do it all, and continue that support that you've been giving us. Thank you very much. Also, my daughters that are out in attendance here, Jamie, Samantha, and Abby, and my son Brian, and my 5 grandchildren. I know 3 of them are here tonight, and I love you. And one thing that I am a family person, and I am a communicator, and I love family, and this is what I'm going to treat this council as, and develop that relationship. So thank you. I will serve this position with honor, dignity, pride, and respect, and I thank each and every one of you. Thank you. So now I get to take control of the meeting, so thank you. So we're on item number 9, and we are at the appointment of deputy mayor. And right now, are there nominations for deputy mayor?
Yes.
Okay, yes, okay.
Mayor Crissati, I would like to put forward the name of our new deputy mayor. We are gathered here tonight with our family, friends, and neighbors to witness not only our swearing in as Enfield councilors, but also our dedication and commitment to our town. Going forward, each of us individually and collectively represent the people, not just a select group, but the entire Enfield community. Therefore, I am honored to nominate my fellow councilor, Gina Sakala, as our deputy mayor. Gina is a mother of 2 school-age children and a lawyer by occupation. Gina is now serving her 5th term on the Enfield Town Council, so she has experience for this role. Over the last 8 years, Gina has shown tenacity and perseverance. She has never stopped fighting for the residents from what she believes is important. Even in the face of adversity, Gina has been a strong ally for the people of Enfield. Most importantly, I am confident that Councilor Sakala will perform the duty of deputy mayor with dignity and respect for all. Thank you.
Is there a second? Councilor Hopkins?
Thank you, Mayor Bob. It's my pleasure to second the nomination for Gina Sakala. I think her qualifications, for anybody who's been following her career on the town council, really speak for themselves, but I'll add just 2 small things. One is her razor-sharp wit, for folks at home. You may have seen that. Another is her education and her ongoing work as an attorney and member of the bar. I think those things really do wonders for the town, and I really look forward to seeing what else she has and what other hard work she has to put towards the town. So thank you.
Are there any nominations? Okay, I move that nominations are closed. Any discussions? If none, roll call. Sheila?
Counselor Sakala.
4.
Counselor Crisati.
4.
Counselor Despard.
Gina Sakala.
Counselor Finger.
4.
Counselor Hopkins.
4.
Counselor Ludwig.
4.
Counselor Mangini.
Gina Sakala.
Counselor Pisner.
4.
Counselor Santinella.
4.
Counselor Ungary.
4.
That's 10 in favor, none against, and no abstentions. And next time, that'll be Mayor Crisati. Sorry about that.
That's quite, I didn't even bat an eye. So congratulations, Gina.
Well, thank you, everybody. I'm humbled, and if you want to bear with me, I have a few people I need to thank. First, thank you to Mark and my kids, Andrew and Paige. They put up with a lot over the last 8 years, and they've always been so supportive and patient and kind, and I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you to my parents, my sister, and my mother-in-law, who are all here tonight. They've continued to support me throughout. It would not have been possible, also, without this amazing group of people I ran with. Not just the ones sitting here, but the ones in the Board of Education and the constables, and for the fantastic team behind the scenes. It truly was an honor. Special thank you to Scott and Tina for keeping me sane over the last 2 years. And thank you to the rest of my family and friends who put up with me, support me, and allow me to talk incessantly about town politics and the issues in town, probably to the point where they tune me out. To those who are no longer sitting up here with us, I want to thank you for your service and the countless hours you've dedicated to the town of Enfield. To those sitting here, although we may not always agree, I'm ready to work collaboratively. Lastly, thank you to the voters and the residents of this town. It has been an honor to serve this town for the last 8 years, and I'm honored to have the chance to serve as deputy mayor. I will continue to listen. I'll continue to ask questions. Probably continue to argue with Chris when I don't agree with what he says. And I'll continue to do what's best for this town. So thank you all again. Thank you for the vote of confidence, and I hope I make you all proud.
Congratulations, Gina. At this time, I'm going to give all of the counselors an opportunity to say a few words. And we're going to start with Doug, and we'll Counselor Finger, and we'll come right around the dais here and to say a few words.
I'm going to be quick.
Counselor Santinella.
I have 1,000 people to thank, but I'm going to just stick to one group, and that's my family. Yesterday, we marched in the Veterans Day Parade down Enfield Street and ended up at a ceremony here on the green. And behind me was a wall that has the names of 3 members of my family, and it dawned on me that the Santinellas have called Enfield home for now 5 generations. And I am just very proud to be able to be here representing my family and all the people who have lived in Enfield, the people who are here now, and for the 5 generations in the future that look to call Enfield their home. Thank you, and everybody else will get their thank you in due time.
Counselor Hopkins.
Firstly, I want to thank my wife, Alicia, for putting up with the long hours and erratic schedule that come with the campaign, and for putting up with me. I appreciate that. Thank you for your love and your steadfast support. Congratulations to everyone on the council. You have all put in the effort and hours to justify your positions. You each have something unique and beneficial to bring to the council, and I really look forward to working with each and every one of you to put our hard work towards the town and make this the best place it can be. I want to thank the gentlemen to my immediate right and left for their enthusiasm and fresh new perspectives. Their presence up here makes me even more excited to get to work as soon as possible. I'm honored to represent the people of District 4 on the council. I will strive to do right by them. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support. As a newcomer to the council, I stand on the shoulders of community servants of both parties who have come before me, those volunteers who labor diligently to listen and amplify the voices of their constituents, who put their heads down and do the unglamorous but important work of legislating for the town of Enfield. In particular, I want to revisit the words of two former town councilors in the hope that this town council may learn from their pearls of wisdom. In the same ceremony 2 weeks ago, Carl Sfraza offered his thinking for making tough decisions on the town council, the kind that have both benefits and burdens. He said, "My philosophy is simple. Try to do the most good for the most people." And last, but certainly not least, Bill Kiner, who also said 2 years ago, "The challenge now before us is to work inclusively." If history is any example, the town council has done that well. Not necessarily as Democrats or Republicans, but as members of a town council who have the best hopes and wishes for our people at heart. I thank them both for their dedicated service to the town, and I commit to following their good example during my tenure on the council, and I really encourage everybody to do the same. Thank you.
Councilor Despard.
Okay, yeah, it's on. So first and foremost, I want to thank my wonderful wife, Danielle. Me and Danielle just got married October 16th. And so, thank you. So she had to deal with, we also had to cancel one wedding and replan another one due to the pandemic. So she had to deal with planning a wedding and dealing with a campaign. And never complained, was out there knocking doors with me. So Danny, I love you so much and I appreciate you. I also want to thank my parents and my meme who are here tonight for your unwavering support. Thank you. And then just this entire ticket, we had such a wonderful team, and we gelled so well from the constables to the Board of Education to us sitting up here. And I especially want to thank Nick Hopkins and John Santinella. We, as district candidates, we really were like the three amigos. We picked each other up when the others were down, and we just we really knew it was going to be tough, and we did it together. And then the voters of District 3 and of Enfield as a whole, thank you so much. I know I campaigned on a message of us being neighbors first and political parties, members of political parties second, and I really intend to hold that promise that I want to work with everybody up here, and I want to represent every one of my constituents in District 3. So thank you all very much.
Councilor Mangini.
Thank you, Mayor Crissati. I'm never at a loss for words, you know that. So I do want to thank my family as well. I have two of my 4 grandchildren here, Vinny and Carrie, whom I'm very proud of, actually helped us on the campaign. We owe a lot to those two. And I would like to thank the people of Enfield for placing and putting their trust in our ticket and in me for serving over 21 years. I would hope and pray that my council, both sides, will look to me for experience, will look to me for any type of background knowledge that I may have. I am a team player, and I want to do my best to serve the town of Enfield in the greatest capacity, and to be here from my colleagues, my mayor, my deputy mayor, and my council members. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Ungary.
Okay. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my husband for his great love and support, his continued support through all the meetings and everything that comes along with this position. I'd like to thank my sons and my parents, who are great supporters. I'd like to thank the voters of Enfield for this opportunity to continue to serve. I love this town, and I look forward to my continued work with all of you. When we were raising our children, my husband always gave them good advice, and it still holds true, and I still try to abide by it. So his advice always is, do what you're supposed to do and be where you're supposed to be. And I'm still going to carry that with me now, and thank you all very much.
Councilor Pisner.
I too want to thank my family. They all came tonight. Thank you. I'm up here because this is a town that I love. People thought I was crazy. Why are you doing this? But it's where I need to be. Although our vote didn't come out the way we wanted it to, I believe in democracy. And the people of Enfield spoke. So together, I have no doubt that everyone sitting on this dais with me love Enfield as much as I do. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't be sitting up here. Because this was a lot of time and a lot of effort. It took time away from our families. It took time away from jobs. So I believe together we will make that difference, and we will make proud of all the voters that put us up here. My grandparents came here as immigrants, and I was raised on South River Street. And my grandparents could have chose anywhere to live. They had relatives in Boston and New Haven, but they chose Enfield, and mostly because of the mill, and they all work there. And I was raised downtown, and I saw the conversion of it and the tearing down. And, you know, one of the things I do hope to accomplish is to make my grandparents proud and make Enfield, our downtown Enfield, a destination. And I think some of you up here feel the same way, especially you, John. We have history here. So, especially for my grandchildren, my little Camilla girl, she's going to rule the world. She said to me today, Grammy, did you win your contest, Grammy? And I said, I did. And she said, now what do you get to do? And I said, I get to make Enfield great. And she said, oh, that's good. And I said, so where should we start? And so out of the mouth of a 5-year-old, it was, you know, Grammy, sometimes I go for a walk and there's litter on the street. So I think we should start picking it up. So out of the mouth of a 5-year-old, we're all going to start picking up our litter to make Enfield a better place. But I do thank all the voters. I thank everyone for being here tonight. I thank my family and my friends and all the great support I had. And I do look forward to working with each and every one of you, because I do believe we all have what's best in Enfield. Thank you.
Councilor Ludwig.
I'll be very brief. I just want to thank my wife and my 2 daughters and my father, who put up with a lot in the last 4 years, especially the last year and a half as we managed the town through a pandemic. They gave up a lot of their time, and I want to thank them. And again, you don't do this without the support of your family, especially your spouse and your parents. And you know, my father is one tough 80-year-old man, and he still out there working. And again, I think it just embodies what Enfield's all about. And I'm going to keep it simple. I wish everyone the best of luck.
We're going to move on to item number 10, resolution to set meeting dates. The resolution regarding town council regular meetings. Whereas the town charter, chapter 3, section 4, provides in pertinent part that at the first meeting of council following the town election, the town council shall fix the time and place of its regular meeting, which shall not be less than once each month. Therefore, be it resolved that the first regular meeting of the 2021-2023 council be held on Monday, November 15th, 2021 in the council chambers at 7 p.m. And be it further resolved that thereafter the council shall meet in the regular session on the first and third Monday of each month, excepting the month of November at 7 p.m. in the Town Hall Council Chamber or at any other place as the council may designate. In the month of November, the council shall meet on the Monday immediately following Election Day and the third Monday of the month. When Monday is a holiday, the regular meeting shall be held on the following day at the same hour unless otherwise provided for by motion. The day, time, and place of the meeting may be changed by a majority vote. Date prepared, November 2nd, 2021, prepared by the Town Manager's Office. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Are there any discussions on the resolution? Okay, let's proceed to vote. Sheila, roll call.
Deputy Mayor Sakala,
4.
Mayor Crisati,
4.
Councilor Despard,
4.
Councilor Finger,
4.
Councilor Hopkins,
4.
Councilor Ludwig,
4.
Councilor Mangini.
4.
Councilor Pisner,
4.
Councilor Santinella,
4.
Councilor Ungary.
4.
10 in favor, none against, and no abstentions.
Okay. Item number 11, appointment of committee, 3 members to review the policy and procedure for town council meetings. I want to make the motion to appoint the following: Gina Sakala, John Santinella, Marie Peisner, to the Policy and Procedure Committee for the Town Council meetings. So move.
Second.
Gina? Okay. Yep. All right, any discussion? Sheila, roll call.
Deputy Mayor Sakala,
4.
Mayor Crisati,
4.
Councilor Despard,
4.
Councilor Finger,
4.
Councilor Hopkins,
4.
Councilor Ludwig,
4.
Councilor Mangini.
4.
Councilor, I'm sorry, is it Peisner or Pisner?
Pisner.
Pisner, thank you. Councilor Santinella. 4. Councilor Ungary.
4.
10 in favor, none against, and no abstentions.
Item number 12, we want to bring back Emily Vandal to sing the America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Thank you, Emily.
Mr. Mayor, can I
Yes.
make a comment?
Yes.
I think we need to, before we adjourn, pay attention to the fact that there is an empty seat here tonight. Did you have something to say, or do you?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I didn't
No.
know that.
No?
My
No, that's okay. No.
messed up on the first
No.
meeting.
That's quite all right, and that's just the way it is. But, all right, there are just a couple of announcements before we make a motion to adjourn for tonight. First of all, I want to recognize Councilor Bosco. We wish you a speedy recovery to get yourself back up on the dais here, Joe. We miss you greatly, and congratulations on your reelection. And we look forward to seeing you back here. And, you know, I know the treatments that you're taking take a lot out of you, but our hearts and prayers are with you, Joe, and we hope to see you back up here very soon. So that's number one. And the last thing that I am going to say today is, and Councilor Santillo did mention it, that a number of us took part, along with the town manager and a lot of us in attendance here. We took part in the Veterans Day Parade. We want to thank Lucian LaFay and the Veterans Council for hosting such a great event. And Thursday is Veterans Day. And to all the veterans who have served our country, past and present, I want to say from us, thank you for your service to our country. You will always be remembered in our hearts. So thank you. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Meeting's done. Okay, thank you, everyone. We'll see you next Monday, 7 p.m., November 15th. Thank you, and thanks for all of your support. Thank you.